Welcome to Project Review Committee for December 4th, 2024. We're going to go ahead and start today's Project Review Committee meeting at 1:37 p.m. My name is Oscar Cepeda, and I'll be the chairperson for today's PRC meeting. First off, we're going to go ahead and do roll call from city staff. Again, myself, Oscar Cepeda, the chairperson for PRC, and also the associate planner for the planning division. We're also joined by Claudia Calderon, our community development director. We're joined by Javier Sanchez, our engineering and project management director. We're joined by Clayton Dignam, our fire marshal with the fire department. We're also joined by Cheyenne Kyle, our fire inspector. From the building department, we're joined by James Wickersham as our chief building official. From Public Works, we're joined by Joe Baeza, our field services superintendent for streets. We're also joined by Brianna Spry, our field services superintendent for refuse. We're also joined by Mark Acevedo from our police department as our police department lieutenant. And we also have Rocio Mejia joining us and Garrett Keller from our planning department. And that is all from city staff. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and open oral communications. This is the opportunity for public members to address the committee on any matter related to project review. Do we have any members joining us online that would like to address the committee on any matter related to project review? Hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and close oral communications at 1:40. For today's project review committee agenda, we do have 3 items on the agenda. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first item, which is PRC 2024-035, which is the Dillon parcel map. The project is proposing a preliminary residential map to divide the existing 1.4 acre property into 4 lots, 4 parcels, and a remainder. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Sharing the proposed preliminary map. So for planning, the project would be required to process a tentative parcel map. There are fees associated with that process. The tentative parcel map fee is $1,500. There will be an environmental assessment of the project, which will have our zoning administrator, environmental coordinator identify that in the PRC letter, but we could preliminary make a determination for a notice of exemption. There's also other fees, which include the county filing fee for that environmental document for $58, which is made payable to the Tulare County Clerk. Parcel maps approvals of a parcel map go through a public hearing. So we'll be required to notice the adjacent properties that are within 300 feet radius. The city can prepare those mailers for a fee of $26.50. And also note that this fee is optional and the applicant can go through a different process. So in regards to the design of the map, the remainder being identified here does not meet the Porterville Development Ordinance standards for lot designs. You're showing 45 feet wide, which the code will require for that to be minimum 60 feet. As far as the other lot designs, looks like it'll meet our minimum standards. As far as future development within those parcels, we would like to just make a note to comply with the development ordinance, and we'll verify that development through the building permit process. Once the tentative map is approved, you have up to 2 years to final a map, and also have the opportunity to request extensions as permitted through the Subdivision Map Act. And once you do file a final map, there are fees associated with that, and a final map fee is $955. Also wanted to make a note that the property is within the medium density zone district and may allow for single family development or multifamily development, not exceeding the density standards for that zone district, which, let me see, 1 second, is not more than 15 units per net acre. And that's pretty much the comments from planning. And then I'll hand it off to the engineering department with Javier.
All right, thanks, Oscar. For engineering, just a few comments. There are utilities on J Street, both water and sewer, so those would be extended along this new street. Because of the length of the street, turnaround will be required. You'll have to either incorporate it as part of your design there on the last couple lots, or look to see if a turnaround's possible on the adjacent neighboring property. But again, a turnaround's required for emergency vehicles and refuse vehicles as well. Let's see, as far as drainage, you should just be able to get that to flow out to J, and that'll handle itself. One thing also with the new street would be streetlights would be required along that road, and let's see, and then obviously curb, gutter, and sidewalk improvements along the property frontage. So those are engineering's comments.
Thank you, Javier. Next, we'll go with our fire department with Clayton.
With the addition of the new street, if it exceeds 150 feet from J Street, following up on engineering, it will require a turnaround that meets the fire code. Additionally, the road should be built to city standard, and fire hydrant is going to be required to be able to meet the fire flow and distance from other hydrants. Any other comments from fire would come in during the plan review process.
Thank you, Clayton. Next with James with our building division.
Yeah, Oscar, no comments at this time.
Thank you, James. Next with Brianna with refuse.
My only comments would be just to make sure there's a turnaround for the trash trucks. That would be it. Looks like residential can service would be acceptable for this.
Thank you. Any comments from Joe in regards to the streets?
No comments from the street department.
Thank you. Next, with our police department, with Mark.
No comments, sir.
Thank you, Mark. So yeah, that's pretty much wraps up the department's preliminary comments on the project being presented today. We will outline the comments in a letter for the applicant, which should be mailed in about 2 weeks turnaround from today's meeting. Does the applicant have any questions at this time for city staff?
No, I don't have any question, but at an area where there was a remainder, so we cannot build anything in that area, the remainder area, right?
Javier, if you want to answer that question.
Sure. So as part of this development, no, but in the future, you can build something as long as it's not tied with this submittal.
Yeah, okay. But you said the distance should be the 60 feet, right? But our distance is 45 feet. So even in the future, how we can build something else? I mean, any suggestion regarding the future build up on this area?
Yeah, I think they're referencing there, Oscar, that the minimum width of a lot that you'd require is 60.
Correct. Correct. There is an option to request a conditional use permit when the design does not meet our city standards through a conditional use permit. There's going to be some findings that they would have to meet, but that would have to go through city council, as conditional use permits are approved by our discretionary approvals, which would be through city council. If that would be something that the applicant would like to proceed, then could potentially be processed through a conditional use permit. However, it doesn't guarantee the approval, but that's going to be the process if they choose to propose a project that doesn't meet the minimums.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. I don't have any other question. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And again, we'll get you these comments out in 2 weeks turnaround.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we could proceed with the second item on today's agenda, which is PRC 2024-036, also proposing a parcel map. Guadalupe, if you want to join us at the table. Go ahead and pull up the site plan here so we can share it. All right. So yes, the applicant is proposing a preliminary residential map to subdivide the existing property, which is 0.52 acres, into 2 total parcels. The property currently has 4 permitted units, and they would like to separate those into 2 parcels. The property is within the RS2 zone district, which is our low-density residential zone. As far as comments from planning As far as how the parcels are being proposed, parcel one doesn't have a frontage to a street. The development code requires that whenever you subdivide and create new lots, that the lots have a frontage to a street. Similar to the previous item, when a project doesn't meet our minimum standards, the applicant could proceed possibly through a conditional use permit. Under 400.06 in our development code, which is to vary our regulations. If you choose to proceed with this layout, it would have to go through a public hearing, and it would be approved, or it would be reviewed by our city council. Similarly, it will require to go through a tentative parcel map. There are fees associated with the tentative parcel map, which include the tentative parcel map fee of 1,500. Also the environmental fee, which we can make a determination for an exemption, which that fee would be $79. To file that document with the county would require a $58 fee, which is made payable to Tulare County Clerk. Since it is a public hearing, it will require the 300-foot radius noticing to the adjacent properties. And then also the final map fee of $955. Okay. And that's gonna be our preliminary comments from planning. With that, I'll move along with Javier with our engineering for any comments.
Let's see, is this a standard parcel split, or is this like an SB9?
The application did not identify an SB9 project, just a standard residential map. Of course, the applicant could possibly go that route if they choose to, but currently the application did not identify an SB9 urban law split.
Okay, let me 15.356.
And with that, let me add a comment that will add information related to an SB9 urban law split if you do choose to go that route.
Yeah, because from engineering, if it's a standard parcel map, we would require curb gutter sidewalk at the front. And then connection to water and sewer, city water and sewer. But if it's an SB9 split, then we wouldn't be able to require any of those improvements.
We're connected to the city.
Or utilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it'd just be then the curb gutter and sidewalk. And so if it's not that big a deal, so we'll put a comment in that covers both of those situations as well. If it's a standard parcel map, the concrete improvements, which is the curb gutter and sidewalk. And if SB9, then the
We already paid for the piece for the sidewalk. We paid for the piece already. For the
Oh, you
sidewalk.
did?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll look at our files. You may have been working with somebody else on engineering side, so
I think they went through Daniel during the construction that they've already done out there.
okay. No, then that would address that. Then I'll take a look and into our files and put that in the comments.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's flip it. Next with our fire department with Clayton.
When this project originally came in, that access is the fire department access up to 150 feet. And so that's gonna have to be marked and striped and signed, included so that there's no stopping, standing, or parking of vehicles within that 20-foot wide space. So that will need to be completed.
We remember that because you told us that you don't want no
Nothing.
parking on this side. And we've been telling the people that's living there not to park.
So what you're gonna need to do though is you're gonna need to identify that, maybe with painting stripes, like red stripes.
Mhm.
And putting up signage, and then you can enter into the agreement with the tow company. And they can come by and just, if there's a car parked there, they'll just tow it. That way we don't have to police it. And you don't have to be worried about it. It just, you enter into a contract with a tow company and they come by whenever they're around, and if there's a car parked there, they just take it. They have the authority to. I can get you the signage information for that.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next with building? Okay.
No, no comment.
No comments? Next with, Joe for streets.
No comments.
Thank you, Joe. And next with Brianna in regards to refuse.
My only comment would be just to make sure that the trash cans are brought out to the road on their service days, but that's my only comment.
Thank you. Next with, Mark with our police department.
No comments.
Thank you. And that is all, comments from staff at this time. As stated on the previous project, we'll compile, our comments in a letter. Should be mailed out to the applicant in about 2 weeks timeframe. Do you have any questions at this time for city staff?
Do you have any questions?
So. Can I, if you allow me, can I go to the screen and ask? something?
Sure. Here or this one?
Right there.
Right there?
There's if I'm, in my understanding, it's gonna be the way the cars are parking right now. It's gonna be different. Instead to be like this, it's gonna be like this. And I'm
Well,
gonna,
if you wanted to propose a parking area, then it would have to comply with our parking standards. So we'll provide that information in the letter.
oh,
As far as it will require parking areas to be landscaped. And it'll require, for example, minimum dimensions for those stalls. So we'll provide that information in the letter.
okay,
Yes.
okay, I think,
This area was landscaped, I believe. It wasn't concrete from when it was approved, but yes, we'll provide that information in the letter. If you would like to propose a parking area, we just want to make sure that it complies with our minimum standards. Okay,
And then also that fire department access, because you're gonna split the lot that does not have street frontage. It'll need to be recorded on both deeds that there is an emergency access easement so that it can't be obstructed in the future.
okay, thank you.
cool. So yeah, that's all comments. And if you don't have any other questions, we'll proceed with the next item. You're more than welcome to stick around if you like, and here's the next item.
Now we can go home.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You guys have, right, enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
And if you have any questions about laying that out, just give me a call, we'll come up.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next, item number 3, we have a request for a modification of their existing conditional use permit. Let me go ahead, pull up the property here.
Were you guys something?
Fun. Join us. I don't think there was just the application. Okay. Where is it? All right. So for item number 3, we have PRC 2024-037 for El Malecon, which is located at 58 East Mill Avenue. The applicant is requesting a modification to their existing conditional use permit, which was approved for alcohol sales under a type 41 ABC license for on-sale beer and wine. The applicant is requesting a upgrade to a type 47, which would require a modification of their existing conditional use permit. The subject site is located in our downtown districts, in our downtown retail north of Olive. At this time, the applicant is not proposing any modifications within the establishment as far as additional square footage. The application is just requesting for the upgrade to the alcohol license. As far as the process, it will require to go through a public hearing through a modification of the conditional use permit. There are fees associated with that process. A modification of the conditional use permit is $150. There will be an environmental assessment of the project, but we can make a determination for an exemption. And again, it's gonna be $79 to prepare that document. There will be a county filing fee of $58, which is made payable to the Tulare County Clerk. There will be a noticing map for the public hearing. Since it's related to alcohol sales, it will be a 500-foot radius that we would have to do the noticing. Or that's optional, and the applicant may choose to just hire a what would be the
Engineer.
no, for the mailing list, the
Usually a consultant does.
we'll provide that information. I can't remember what a different professional can also provide that for you. But we can do that service for $26.50.
Okay.
The property is within Census Tract 38.02, which currently allows 3 on-sale and 4 off-sale alcohol license. Currently, this census tract contains 14 on-sale and 7 off-sale, which is already over-concentrated. This process wouldn't add any more new licenses. It's already existing, so there wouldn't be a change there. The same conditions would apply from the previous conditional use permit. I just want to make sure that the hours of operation is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. If you would like to modify those hours, just let us know and we'll add that to the process.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna be all comments from planning at this time.
Okay.
And next, we'll move along with Javier. Any comments from engineering?
No comments from engineering.
Thank you, Javier. Any comments from our building department with James?
No comments from building and also no comments from fire.
Thank you. Next with our field services, refuse with Brianna.
No comments.
Thank you. Any comments from Joe in regards to streets?
No comment.
Thank you, Joe. Next with our police department with Mark. Any comments on the project?
No comments, sir.
Thank you, Mark. Those are all comments from city staff at this time based off the project being presented. Do you have any questions at this time for staff?
Yeah, ¿puedo hablar en español?
¿Y puedo traducir?
Ok. Nomás una pregunta. Después de esto, ¿qué sigue?
Después de esto, so the applicant is asking what are the next steps? So the next steps would be to submit the application to modify the conditional use permit, submitting the fees identified, and then we would do the public hearing, which we have to post it minimum 10 days. We have to do a minimum 10 days public noticing. The earliest that we could get the item to council is gonna be January 17th. 20?
Hold on.
Let me pull up. That, and again, that's the soonest we'll be able to get the item to council.
21st.
The 21st, January 21st. Our next council meeting is on the 17th. but we wouldn't be able to get it to that date because of the 10-day public hearing that we would have posted that today at 1 p.m. But these projects have to go to PRC first, and then after that, we need the application submitted by the property owner or applicant. Once we get the application, we're able to proceed and schedule the item on city council agenda. So that's going to be the next step. ¿Lo quiere que lo diga en español?
Ah, no, ya.
¿O ya entendió? Ok.
Sí, otra pregunta nomás. ¿No hay ninguna posibilidad de que podamos como, no más que, lo único que me piden en el ABC para que yo no perder la licencia allá es enero, el 2 de enero, que ya dejen de agarrar eso? Si no se lo llevo esa fecha, el dinero ya no me lo regreso.
Se me hace, lo que podemos hacer es identificar que está procesando una aplicación y identificar la fecha,
Ok,
porque no podemos decir sí, que ya lo aprobaron, pero le podemos dar de saber que estamos procesando la
Procesando.
aplicación y al fin va a ser decisión de ellos si le quieren dar chance.
ok.
Pero sí, ahorita estamos limitados porque si fuéramos recibido esta aplicación como hace 2 semanas antes, a lo mejor pudo haber posibilidad antes, sí. So, es lo que podemos hacer es hablar, si nos quieren mandar un correo electrónico, decir que están procesando la aplicación y que lo vamos a tener para la agenda del City Council hasta mínimo el enero 21.
Ok.
Okay?
Muchas gracias.
Gracias. And with that, we'll provide the comments to the applicant in about 2 weeks. But again, you could fill out the application after this meeting if you like. You want to submit it after this meeting, you can always do that.
Okay, so where can I get the application?
I'll hand it to you after we're done here.
Okay.
So yeah, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and close today's project review committee meeting at 2:09 p.m. I would like to thank everybody that joined us. Thank you.